Hello, I'm Jefferson College President Dr. Ray Comiskey. The purpose of this session in your first year experience course is to better understand situational awareness and decision making. In doing so, we hope that you'll become safer and more aware of your surroundings, whether for your personal safety or for future experiences. As you work through the exercises following the Run, Hide, Fight video, take note that the college's administration, faculty, and staff are also working through our own exercises so that together we can all improve situational awareness and decision making to help make our campus and our community a safer environment. We strongly believe at Jefferson College that we all share the responsibility to make our community safe, and it begins with being aware of our surroundings and the situations we encounter. Thank you.
It may feel like just another day at the office, but occasionally, life feels more like an action movie than reality. The authorities are working hard to protect you and to protect our public spaces. But sometimes bad people do bad things. Their motivations are different. The warning signs may vary, but the devastating effects are the same. And unfortunately, you need to be prepared for the worst. If you were ever to find yourself in the middle of an active shooter event, your survival may depend on whether or not you have a plan. The plan doesn't have to be complicated. There are 3 things you could do that make a difference. Run, hide, fight. First and foremost, if you can get out, do. Always try and escape or evacuate, even when others insist on staying. Encourage others to leave with you, but don't let them slow you down with indecision. Remember what's important, you, not your stuff. Leave your belongings behind and try to find a way to get out safely. Trying to get yourself out of harm's way needs to be your #1 priority. Once you are out of the line of fire, try to prevent others from walking into the danger zone and call 911. If you can't get out safely, you need to find a place to hide. Act quickly and quietly. Try to secure your hiding place the best you can. Turn out lights, and if possible, remember to lock doors. Silence your ringer and vibration mode on your cell phone. And if you can't find a safe room or closet, try to conceal yourself behind large objects that may protect you. Do your best to remain quiet and calm. As a last resort, if your life is at risk, whether you are alone or working together as a group, fight. Act with aggression. Improvise weapons. Disarm him. And commit to taking the shooter down. no matter what. Try to be aware of your environment. Always have an exit plan. Know that in an incident like this, victims are generally chosen randomly. The event is unpredictable and may evolve quickly. The first responders on the scene are not there to evacuate or tend to the injured. They are well trained and are there to stop the shooter. Your actions can make a difference for your safety and survival. Be aware and be prepared. And if you find yourself facing an active shooter, there are 3 key things you need to remember to survive. Run, hide, fight.
I would like for you to join me in a mental exercise. Imagine that it is Christmas break and you are skiing down a slope in Colorado. Now save that image. Now imagine that you are in Florida riding in an outboard motorboat and save that image. Now imagine that you are riding a bicycle on a spring day down a mountain trail and save that image. Then imagine that you are a parent taking your son to a department store and that you notice he is fascinated by the toy tractors with the rubber caterpillar treads, and save that image. Look closely at all 4 of these images. Now imagine that you pull the skis off, but you still are on the ski slope. Imagine also that you remove the outboard motor from the motorboat, and you are no longer in Florida. And from the bicycle you remove the handlebar and discard the rest of the bike. Finally, you take off the rubber treads from the toy tractor. This leaves only the following separate pieces: skis, outboard motor, handlebars, and rubber treads. What emerges when you pull all of this together? A snowmobile. The message is obvious. To discern what is happening, we must interact in a variety of ways with our environment. We must be able to look, observe, at the world from numerous perspectives so that they can generate mental images or impressions, orientation, that correspond with what's happening now. To be successful, reading our environment must always be observing our situation and pulling these things apart to analyze and putting them back together to synthesize in new combinations based on the current conditions. This gives you a more fine-tuned situational awareness through past experiences and the new information being gathered in order that you might better make decisions and take the appropriate action. In simple way of looking at this snowmobile example applied to the real world, the mind becomes accustomed to our routines, and if we do not continue learning in the current set of circumstances we find ourselves in, we become complacent. Our awareness and therefore our orientation to the current situation is remiss. This puts us at a strategic and tactical disadvantage because we have anticipated an outcome based solely on past experiences. Now let us apply this ideal to our safety and work through an exercise using the run, hide, fight video we have previously watched. Colonel John Boyne pointed to a success in a situation using the image of building snowmobiles. And keep in mind that he pointed not just individual success, but group success. He stated in his work, a loser is somehow individual or group who cannot build snowmobiles when facing uncertainty, and unpredictable change, whereas a winner is someone, individual or group, who can build snowmobiles and employ them in the appropriate fashion when facing uncertainty and unpredictability and change. So now the exercise. Break out into groups of 3s and 4s using each individual views, knowledge, and experiences, working through the following. 1. If faced with an active shooter or active violent situation, how would you run from your current location? Work together to develop the best strategy and route. Keep in mind that others will be doing so the same, and your group's abilities and your building's design, limitations, and weaknesses. 2. If faced with the active shooter or active violent situation and you could not run from your location, how would you hide from the assailant? Keep in mind that the number of individuals in your group and you are limited to just your immediate area. Keep in mind your abilities, sizes, and your building's design and strengths. 3. If faced with an active shooter or active violent situation and you cannot run or hide, develop a strategy with your group dynamics and individual abilities to fight. Ask yourself what you are prepared to do. What are you capable of doing? Look around to see what can be used to accomplish your task. It should be noted that a strategy allows you to escape once you encounter the individual in a successful plan. You are not required to apprehend the assailant, but to survive the encounter.